Reunited.
There's a lot to talk about.
Season 2. Let's get into it.
If you're new to the channel, this is Jonathan.
This is Nathan. We're filmmakers and brothers, and we're here to help you build your brand.
We break down companies and consult with successful entrepreneurs and YouTubers on what it takes to actually build one, a brand.
We use our own growth, our own journey as an example, and try to impart to you our findings in creative ways.
An example of this is what we just did. Assume this is the first time someone is seeing you and they know nothing about you. You gotta let them know what to expect. Your reoccurring audience will forgive you for being a broken record. That is your first branding tip.
Also, tell them to subscribe in the beginning. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button
And the notification bell.
So, we started our YouTube journey last April. We're still fairly new.
Since then, we've been looking for an office to work out of. We converted our garage into a livable space.
But we rented it out.
We needed something bigger anyway. We needed to think bigger, which brings us to our season 2 mission.
Before we get there though, we want to quickly break down for you the types of content you can expect from us this season.
Cliffhangers do help with retention rates. That's another tip.
We're going to focus on 3 types of content, or 3 series. Our main series is Methodbox on branding. This is open format, which basically means expect the unexpected, but also expect to pull actionable branding tips. We're going to do our best to implement what we've learned into our own brand. Hopefully this is helpful for you in building whatever it is you're building, whether it's a business, personal brand, or even just a social media presence.
That's another tip. You need to provide value. Our second series is called Unboxed. Again, open format. You may sometimes get a story, a vlog, a podcast, an art house piece, or even just a simple channel update like this one. The sole purpose of this series is to let you guys know more about ourselves. We constantly hear from our audience that that's something they'd like to see. So that's another tip. Listen to your audience.
Our third series will be all about the method. Tutorial and review based, this series will focus on technique and tech. We're gonna roll this out soon and see how it goes.
That's another tip. Experiment with your channel, see what works.
So, while we're delivering you this content, we're gonna set out on a mission. Something we think is ambitious, but doable. In our last season, you might have heard us talk about our future intentions with Methodbox.
And what is your dream for Methodbox? What's the vision?
Oh geez, well we'll try to keep it a little pithy for you, but it's 3 stages. We have a 3-stage layout that we would like to do.
The first stage is
We'd like to grow our YouTube channel and the reach of our voice, connecting with more and more communities.
we want to fully actualize our brand.
Within YouTube and other social media.
That would just be phase 1.
While that's brewing, we'll be working on phase 2.
We still need an office, but now we're thinking bigger.
We want to cultivate a creative space.
A co-working space, very much like 368.
Have a spot that we can work, but also have other creatives come in and do work as well, so that we're just constantly surrounded by creative energy.
Any kind of creative medium that you want to go through, you can just come and do it there.
So I pull this down, right?
Yeah. Well, some chance, yeah. Looks good to me. Methodbox goes to college.
Right now I'm on my way to class. I have business class, and I'm presenting a project I've been working on with a group of people. I convinced my group to make the project about Methodbox. Me, along with the rest of the other people in my group, have all done research into other co-working spaces, figured out what works, what doesn't work, the best strategies, the growth, the trends, how viable is making a co-working space actually in reality. The demand is higher than the supply currently. People, they want flexibility, they need places to work. We're mainly focused on males and females between the ages of 20 to 45. People who are like freelancers or starting their own business, they need a spot. This is a space for people that want to either pursue their own craft or have a small startup and need a space to work.
Nathan has this vision for a creative work spot for us and for a community to gather. There's also this idea that we need an office. We need to merge these 2 ideas.
The mission continues. We're still looking for an office. We just got to the first spot and we checked it out. We met this awesome lady. Her name was Nancy, and she gave us the whole tour of this place. So what did you think of it?
I think, first off, I think it was a really good idea that you set up these tours. I don't think this was the place for us. I don't think it captured our vibe. What I look for in an office for us is something that is spacious, well lit, somewhere we could definitely film in. That place did not feel like we could film there.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean-
not a sign.
MB in a box. Let's call this spot to see how much they're charging.
Finished up with the first spot. We're gonna come to ROP, Republic of Pie.
Ironically, we've been calling that the office for the past couple of years.
Have a quick meeting, probably get some food, and then we have an appointment at noon at the next spot, which is at the Art Institute of North Hollywood, which is like a block away. Right? Look at this. That's our gym. Our coffee shop is over there. This is the view of the valley. If you can literally see the mountains if you turn all the way around. See, the thing with an office like this, like, what did you say it was like 3,200?
3,500.
3,500. I think if we're gonna be spending that much money and we wanted to do a thing with multiple other people, if we're already gonna be on the search for the other people, we might as well go with the other idea, which is getting an actual like warehouse area. I mean, I think we should definitely keep it on our radar because I mean, look at this, it's beautiful.
This is the spot.
I just wish it wasn't 3,500. Or like, I could see that price if like it was a bigger office, but I don't know. I feel like 5 people in here might be kind of crammed.
7 people.
Yeah, exactly.
I want it.
Of course, we have a ton more research we have to do.
Yeah, and we have to start budgeting, like, right now.
But this is what we're after this season.
So, there it is. That's what our plans are this season. If you're curious to know what our eventual plans are for Methodbox down the road, there is a third phase.
In the future.
We kind of want to take Fight Club out of the basement.
Yeah, stage 3 would basically be an amplified version of that, where
Exactly.
we're on some like busy boulevard and it's like full on company. We want ours to be 24 hours because we know what it's like to be a content creator. You're working till the wee hours.
So Methodbox isn't just a YouTube channel. You're trying to grow a whole resource for the video industry.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
We also plan to be a production company along the way, but more on that later.
So, welcome to season 2. Glad to have you back. If you're new, welcome.
Should probably tell them to subscribe at the end of the video too, like a final tip.
They get it. See you next week.